fireside chat. I see my co-host, one of my co-hosts, Elling Leon, sort of laughing in the corner. How you doing, Elling?
Oh, great. Great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I was trying to find a good background myself, but here's one. This is good.
Ah, yes. Animal Crossing, a video game, not a movie. Sandy, how are you doing?
I'm good. I had a background up by accident for part of film school in the day. So
Really?
I thought that was on purpose.
No, I didn't even realize it was like the San Francisco Bridge. I just thought it was the light coming in through the window, like completely. Anyways, I'm good, and I'm in a room, so that's
good. I mean, yeah, a room is a great place to watch a movie, for example, of which we have several offerings today. Here in St. John's, it is here in St. John's, it is a rainy day. A great day to watch a film. As you can tell, it's the end of the festival. We're all getting a little silly, but there's nothing wrong with that. We got two programs. First one is kind of a collection of some longer pieces and shorts. We have Avon Ladies Rural Style that's a local filmmaker, Rhonda Buckley. That's from the Nickel Vault. We have Ahu from Iran. We have another film from the Nickel Vault, Hansel and Stella from Rob Blackie. And then we have Don't Just Talk About It, which is sort of a bit of a longer documentary, about 30-minute documentary about a woman, the director, Shara Badiah, learning to sort of reconnect with her indigenous roots and learn powwow dancing. So it's a really lovely film. Definitely recommend checking that out. And then we also have a second program of a feature short combo. The short is An Earthquake Without Richter, which is a very cool little quick experimental film. Really, really interesting. I think people should check it out. And then Woman of the Photographs, a feature film from Japan. And today we actually are going to be speaking with the director of Woman of the Photographs, Takashi Kushida. And so without further ado, I would like to say hello to Takashi. Hello, Takashi.
Hi.
How are you today? You are in Tokyo where it is very late, yes?
Yeah, it's 12:30 now.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us and talking about us. It's a very, very interesting film. I think a lot of people will really enjoy it. Could you tell me a little bit, to explain what the film is about for our
Yeah. Woman of the Photographs is a story about relationship between photographs and identity. Photography has changed immensely with the development of social media. At one time, photographs were taken for our memories, but now they are taken to show others the ideal views of ourselves on SNS with the help of advanced photo retouching technology. And Woman of the Photographs was created to celebrate humanity through our attempt to find our true selves in this complex world. The story is about two lonely people who are awakened to love and humanity through caring for each other. This film consists of romance, fantasy, and horror, so I hope this is an entertaining film for you.
Yeah, I think that's you nailed it. There's these various intersections happening about technology. Yeah, but it's a surprisingly, because it starts out with this kind of strange concept, but it's kind of a very tender film as well. How did you come to this idea? What inspired you to make this film?
I was inspired to make a film about relationship between woman and photography 10 years ago. At that time, I was making a poster for cosmetics advertisement with Japanese actress. And she was obsessed with retouching her image. She had her exclusive retoucher, and she told him to make her eyes bigger, remove her necklines, and slim the waist. And finally, she changed her face and body totally different from real herself. And she looked very happy with the result at that time. but she quit the actress after 2 years. She didn't tell us why she quit the actress, but I thought that she couldn't keep doing actress because she confused the reality and imagination. She was successful to change herself to be liked by a lot of people, but as a result, she lost who she really is. And that kind of case was only for exceptional people 10 years ago. But now a lot of women are changing their figures in photographs on SNS by using retouching applications and filters. So I thought this is the time to make umabutsu photographs.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like a very it's touching on some real contemporary issues that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to. In terms of making the film, I know, yeah. So what was the production like? Did you have a big crew or a small crew? What was that like?
It was small crew because the photography store is quite small. So there are only 5 people can stay in the studio. So it's a small crew, small people. And I prefer small crew because it's easier to do my job. I think director's job is to make sure that everyone on the set is going in the same direction. So it's a smaller crew, the better. And yeah, that's how production was like.
Working with a small crew in that small space, did anything go wrong? Anything go awry shooting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no big problem while shooting because I had a storyboard, and everyone knew what we have to shoot. But there were a lot of try and error while I was creating a sound. All of the sound were created afterwards. And the difficult thing was especially the praying mantis biting sound. It took a lot of effort to create that sound. I think I spent about 3 hours in recording booth and biting vegetables to find a suitable sound.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Sometimes people don't realize that when you're making films that those details,
Yeah,
you can spend a lot of time trying to dial those in.
yeah.
This was your first feature film, yes?
Yeah, it is.
So what was it like moving into that longer format?
It's very different from making a short film. In order to make a feature film, I had to change my attitude to make film totally, because feature film is about what do I tell more than how do I tell. So I used a lot of time to find a good subject. I think the subject should be common to wide audience because feature film is open to public. The subject of Woman of the Photographs is living between reality and imagination, because that kind of theme is common in all over the world and all over the century. Like Shakespeare and like 12th century Japanese philosopher and 3rd century BC Chinese writer, they are all writing about the reality and imagination. And I executed that subject by the photo retoucher's point of view, because he's obviously dealing with reality and imagination.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a really the film has a very sort of dreamy quality to it, and I think definitely straddles that line between the real and the imagined really well. Just we'll wrap up here soon, Takashi, but I'm just curious, especially with you know, the pandemic going on. Do you have any future projects? Anything you're working on right now?
Yeah, I am working on next feature film, and I'm trying to find the subject. And now I'm interested in the story of the dentist, because the tooth pain is common throughout the world. And I want to make a film which can be shared by people with different language, different culture, and different races. And tooth pain is common to everyone. So I wish make a film about dentists, and I hope I can screen it at Nickel Independent Film Festival.
Yeah, we hope so too. Yeah, I think you've really nailed the when you talk about these universal themes and stuff. I think a lot of people will get a lot out of Woman of the Photographs, and I hope future projects as well.
I'm kind of afraid of the sound that you will come up with for the dentist project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be careful.
That's definitely shared by very many people.
Oh, and Sandy being here reminds Sandy would ask all the filmmakers, I actually quite like this. One quick last thing before you go, Takeshi. Your favorite film? What's your favorite film?
You know the Perfect Blue, the Satoshi Kon film?
Yeah, I love Perfect Blue. Yeah.
You see, there are a lot of influence on me.
Yeah, wow, that actually, I totally see that. Yeah, that's yeah, Perfect Blue. That's a twisted film. That's yeah, definitely a few definitely read a little bit about that one before you watch it, but it's great. But yeah, well, so thank you so much for joining us today, Takeshi. Thank you. So late at night.
Sandy, you said you had weird dreams after watching this movie last night. What happened?
Well, I mean, I went to bed just after watching it, and I kept waking kind of in this half wake, half sleep part, night. I kept just touching my, because I watched a lot of it like this because of the sound. And I was really concerned about my body in my dreams, but it was a beautiful and a very graphic at times film. And I went to bed. Eventually, I just had to give up thinking about it because I had so many questions about just, it was a love story. It was about connectedness. It was about alienation all at the same time. So eventually I just said, I got to shut my brain down and I'm going to think on this in my sleep. So
well,
it was wonderful.
People say, the cinema is like a dream, so I think that there's perhaps no greater compliment to a film that it's into your dream state. So yes, please, folks, if you're watching this, go. It's a horrible day outside in St. John's, Newfoundland, anyways. So stay inside, watch some films, and yeah, I will just really quickly go over what is playing tomorrow on our final day. 2 programs again. One is The Magnificent Molly McBride, again from the Nickel Vault, directed by Deanne Foley, accompanied with Kilimanjaro Mama, and a short animation, The Meteor and the Moon. We also then have a second series of shorts that are kind of on the edgier side of things, I guess. Asking for It from local filmmaker Carrie Gamberg. Chickens from Bryant Keith Montgomery Jr. A River in the Woods is another retrospective film from Christian Sparks. Ricochet, another retrospective film from Nick Kelly. I Hope They Remember My Name from Patrick Weirs. And finally, to end it all off, a final retrospective film from Stephen Martin, Dead Hearts. So that is what you have to look forward to tomorrow. But today, go watch Woman of the Photographs. Go watch Don't Just Talk About It. They're great films, and we're so excited to be able to share them. Thanks, everyone. Does anyone have anything they want to say before we sign off? Looks like no. Sounds great. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for our final day. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
You too.
Sleep well.